Edition of the Lancer Locker. I'm Tehl Tanner. Let's go ahead and get rolling with our Lancer Nation recap games over the last couple of days. Last Wednesday, Mount Marty played Briar Cliff University. Women's and men's game, both very close matchups. The women lost 64-54 after a big fourth quarter by the Chargers. The men's team lost by 4 points to the team that won the league last season, 82-76. Takes us to the weekend's contest. Mount Marty traveled down to Hastings, Nebraska. That is a long trip. It's like 3.5 hours. I was fortunate enough to ride the bus with the teams down there, which is always fun. They always take very good care of me, and it's always a very nice ride too. We get down there 3.5 hours, and Hastings College came out and they played very well. So did the Lancers. That women's team came out 55-52 the final. Hastings won it on a buzzer beater over the Mount Marty Lancers. Mount Marty had to overcome an 11-point deficit in the fourth quarter to tie up the game. Actually had a 2-point lead at one point in the fourth. They went back and forth in that final quarter. It was tied with 6 seconds left. Hastings just put up a buzzer beater prayer from the 3-point line. They were able to make it and win 55-52. A freshman is the one who hit it. It was a great moment for her, but the Lancers do fall in that matchup. The men's program lost as well to Hastings, 75-57, the final score of that one. Both the head coaches of the men's basketball programs coming in to talk with me today here on the Lancer Locker. I spoke with both of them earlier today. I spoke with them this morning. This is KYNT 102.1 FM, AM 1450. I'm Tehl Tanner on the Lancer Locker. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we return, we'll hear from the head coach of the Mount Marty women's basketball program, Coach Alan Bertram, in the booth when we return.
We were founded on innovation and a passion to help our customers. This is Glenn Zupfer at Aztec in Yankton. We also want our employees to thrive and succeed every day. Our core values are more than something we list on a wall. We live them every day. We have openings in a variety of departments, sign-on bonuses up to $2,000, immediate benefits like retirement savings, paid holidays, bonus earnings, tuition reimbursement, and more. Build your career with a group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by for a walk-in interview or click on careers at aztecindustries.com.
You want peace of mind that you're healthy. Support your breast health by getting a mammogram every year starting at age 40. Multiple Avera Breast Center locations across the region offer easy access. We'll create a screening plan that makes sense for you. You have access to specialized breast cancer experts should you need it. Find a screening location near you at avera.org/breast.
Mount Marty Lancer Athletics on KYNT and KYN-TV, courtesy of Shinerbach. Brewed with rich roasted barley malt and German specialty hops, this lightly hopped American-style dark lager always goes down easy. This football season or any season, tip back a Bach. Paired perfectly with tailgating, porch sitting, washer tossing, dog petting, and literally anything. Shinerbach, available year-round at your favorite place to buy beer.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Don't just bank, be an explorer. Here at Explorers Credit Union, we do banking differently. As a not-for-profit, member-owned credit union, we know that financial wellness isn't a destination, it's a journey. We're here to help you set goals and reach them with the financial tools, expertise, and support you need. If you're looking for better rates on your loans and local service from your friends and neighbors, Explorers Credit Union has you covered. Learn how we can help your financial journey at explorerscu.com.
Back in the Lancer Locker, I'm Tehl Tanner. Go ahead and go to women's basketball here on KYNT. Mount Marty women's basketball program 2-6 on the season. Couple of good wins so far, coming off a very close loss to Hastings, 55-52. The Broncos won it on a buzzer beater shot from a freshman, which is just special for that young player for sure. I got the head coach for the Lancers in the booth with me today, Coach Alan Bertram. Let's quickly talk about that game on Saturday as we turn our attention to this week. A buzzer beater from Avila right at the end of that one.
Yeah, a game that our girls really battled back in. We dug ourselves an early hole in the first half and then just fought. And I thought the fourth quarter, we really became aggressive. We started attacking downhill. Our girls did a great job of finishing, and we were really happy with how we shot from the free throw line on Saturday. We shot 86%, I believe, right around there, and that's an area that we've struggled at in previous games. And so for the girls to hit free throws, especially down the stretch and in clutch situations, was huge. And then again, just remind me a lot like Valley City, where we have the ball late in the basketball game tied up, and a chance to, if we take care of things, to potentially either win or go into overtime. And unfortunately, we turn the ball over in a really big situation, and then you got to take your hats off to them. I mean, to hit a 26, 27 footer at the buzzer, actually banked it in. Just that's basketball. It happens sometimes, and you hope that your girls, and as a team, that we're able to reflect and learn from those situations. And but it's nice to be in those situations. It's nice to, we've had 2 tough losses where it's come down, 3 now, including Graceland, where it's come down to the end of a ball game where our kids now are actually giving themselves opportunities to win games. And so it's part of the growth, it's part of the process, but it's fun that we're able to compete at that level now and have chances to win games.
Let's talk about this week upcoming. You got number 7 coming to town tomorrow in Dakota Wesleyan University, then the rest of the week off. Let's talk about your schedule for Thanksgiving, because it's got to be a little bit different this week, I would say. What is the schedule?
It is. Our girls are really used to going 6 days a week. With us playing on Saturdays, it's 4 days of practice every week and 2 games. And so for us, it's kind of a nice break, I think, for our girls to be able to have from Wednesday through Saturday off. Where they can go home and spend some time with their family and recharge those batteries mentally. But, there's nothing better than being around family. And it's really important for us to kind of keep this time sacred for our kids. I know a lot of programs, they like to play a game or 2 over there. And to me, it's just really important that they get that time. And so I'm excited for our girls to be able to get back around their families and to really be around what's really important in life, and that's the people who care for you. And so, we'll play Tuesday night, and then we'll give them Wednesday through Saturday off, and we'll come back, bring our girls back on Sunday evening, and start practice and preparation for Midland on the following Wednesday.
Let's talk about this season and some of your support staff as we get into the thick of conference play. Started off with your assistant coach, Marissa Caballero. 4th season here. She has been fundamental to this program over the last couple of seasons. What has she brought to the table? She's
just a special person. Obviously, being a former player, she understands what it is to be a college athlete, but she really bleeds Mount Marty and loves our girls tremendously. And that level of support that she brings each and every day, I think our girls would tell you is special. I think they believe in her and they trust her and they really care about her. And coaching is so many times from the outside looked upon in regards to X's and O's, and really the most important part of coaching is relationships. And how you build those relationships with your players and with the people around you really makes or breaks the experience that the kids get. And ultimately, it's how they perform as well. How much heart that they have and how hard they want to play is a determining factor of how much they care for their staff. And Marissa just brings a lot to the table when it comes to the relationship part. And obviously with their basketball background, just being able to have the ins and the outs of what it is to be a college athlete.
Some of the things that, as a head coach, you don't have time for everything always. You got to delegate, which is where you really start to rely on some of your assistants. What are some of the things that is her duties that she really has to take care of this season?
Well, you're exactly right. You have a big picture you have to take care of as a head coach. And so, for Marissa, it's about having a coach. You have to have people you trust on your staff. Otherwise, it's very hard to delegate, And so for me, I really do trust her. She's a big integral part in our game planning, breaking down a game film of our opponents. One of the things that she's really great at that we started this year is even after every game, we'll clip out between 10 to 20 clips of our previous game that we just got done playing and send to our kids for reflection. And so, for example, on Saturday when we played against Hastings, the first thing she did Sunday morning was clip out, 16 clips of the Hastings game and send it to all of our players. And then by today, before practice starts, they have to have a reflection on those. And those are a combination of goods and bads. But we really want our kids to start thinking the game a little bit. And that takes a lot of time. People don't get that. And that's a lot of time where she's sitting in front of a computer and finding things that are very beneficial for our kids. And then just all the little things too. Every time we go somewhere, it's the preparation and the planning for our itinerary and where we're going to stop and what time are we going to eat. And all those things that people don't think about that are very, very important to your performance. It's a major duty, and it's a major part of what we do. So I can't say enough about her and what she does for our program.
And Marissa's got a little bit of help this season as well with Jonna Jones, a grad assistant in her first year as well.
Yeah, Jonna came to us. She played Division I basketball and is a Memphis, Tennessee product. And, she's taking advantage of our graduate program here, and just awesome for coaching and leadership. And to be able to bring in a high-level player is huge for our girls. She just got done playing a couple years ago, and to play at that level, she brings another level of intensity. She brings another level of knowledge on the floor. And what I'm really proud about is our ability to bring 2 female coaches who played the game, who serve as really good role models for our young women who are also part of basketball. And I think that perspective they bring to the table is gigantic. It's easily relatable for our girls, and both of those women do a phenomenal job of building those relationships and really getting to know our girls one-on-one, and I think that's a huge step for our program.
Coach, let's turn our attention to this week's game tomorrow. You bring in number 7 Dakota Wesleyan University, the in-state rival, coming to the Simple Arena. Your players have got to be excited for not only the in-state rival, but to host such a very high-ranked team.
It is. It's a great opportunity for us. I think Wesleyan and Mount Marty, those 2 programs are very familiar with each other, and Dakota Wesleyan travels so well. The gym will be packed tomorrow night, and that's what you want as a player. You want to play in those levels of atmosphere, and to be able to play the 7th-ranked team in the country. What a treat, And for us, we've proven that we can compete, that we can play with anybody. And so it's just another challenge for us to see if we continue to grow and can continue to be consistent. But that's how we're going to get. These games we need this time of the year for us to continue to grow. And I think it's a great game before going into Thanksgiving for us. And so, Wesleyan brings a lot of great players to the table. Maddie Reiner is a returning all-conference player who's had some gigantic games already this year, a couple games in the 20s and 30s. And the Campbell girl at 6'3" is a force in the middle. And a lot of people don't talk about the Inning girl, but, she just, again, like the other day against College of St. Mary, she goes 6 of 8 from the three-point line. So when you got players who are dynamic like Reiner, who can attack and is really tough, and Campbell at 6'3" can score, and then you throw in a girl who's shooting 50% from the three-point line on the season, that's tough. That's really tough to defend. And so we know we're going to have our hands full. We know we're going to have to play really well, but that's what we want. So we're excited. We're really excited about tomorrow night, and we hope we can pack the gym with as many Lancer fans as possible to combat the Tiger fans as well.
Well, Coach Bertram, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for coming in today. Thanks for your time.
You bet. Thank you, Tehl.
Good luck tomorrow against Dakota Wesleyan. This is KYNT, the Lancer Locker. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we return, we'll flip our attention to men's basketball. This is KYNT.
Support a local business that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts for Yankton's largest employers, Triple Time Rudy's. At Triple Time Rudy's, you get that local friendly feel and also a unique offering of products. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers, plus quality fuel products too. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway for your daily fill-ups and convenience needs. Pull in to Triple Time Rudy's today.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 root beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12-packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
Quit smoking, and in just 20 minutes, your blood pressure returns to normal. In 12 hours, carbon monoxide levels in your blood drop. In 48 hours, your sense of smell and taste improve. Within 2 weeks, your lungs work better, you heal faster. 9 months means more energy, fewer illnesses. And in 5 years, your risk of heart attack is half of what it is now. Take a deep breath. You can do this. Call the Quit line at 866-SDQUITS.
Heartland Humane Society needs your help finding forever homes for over 750 pets in 2022. Pets in the shelter's care are fully vaccinated, microchipped, and always great with people. You can help by volunteering to walk a dog or cuddle a cat, by fostering a pet for just the weekend or long term, by making a donation to cover an animal's care, or by choosing adoption in 2022. To learn more, visit heartlandhumanesociety.net.
Bring the crew to Pete's Ranch in Yankton. This is Annie, and we have legendary pizza and chicken just waiting for you on our buffet. Let us know what you're craving, and we'll make it fresh and bring you the first slice. Or let us deliver right to your front door. Your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Well, big thanks to Alan Bertram coming in the studio and talking with me on a Monday. Let's turn our attention to men's basketball here on KYNT. It's the Lancer Locker on a Monday. The men's basketball team 3-5 overall, coming in to this week playing Dakota Wesleyan University, sitting out with the head coach of the men's basketball program. Coach Colin Othier, you got a coffee. It's a warmer morning. It's starting to warm up a little bit outside, which is very nice. How you doing on a Monday morning?
This is beautiful weather. I could take this all year long. Unfortunately, I think my wife's going to have me doing some Christmas lights here these next couple of days because it did warm up and I didn't get to it before the cold came. So I guess I got more on my honey-do list than I'd like to have, but that's okay. Anything to help her out around the house as much as I can.
Absolutely. It's Thanksgiving week too, so it's definitely going to be an interesting week for the students. You've got a game Tuesday evening, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are all going to be weird. Then you go on the road on Saturday. Can you walk me through this week and how you're going to schedule everything with this team?
Yeah, it's going to be unique. They got class. All students got class on Mondays and Tuesdays. I know there's some tests that professors have scheduled a couple of these days here, so our guys are studying up and prepping for these tests. We played Tuesday night against Dakota Wesleyan. Obviously, it's a rivalry game. It's hard because our students are gone. Most kids are heading out after classes and getting home. So that's always a tough time on the schedule for these games, but it is what it is. So we got them on Tuesday night. We'll take off on Wednesday, and then we will actually practice on Thursday and Friday later in the day. That'll give some time for guys that are close by that can able to get home. And maybe have some Thanksgiving with family and spend some time with family a little bit before we come and prep. And we got a whirlwind after that where we play Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday. So it's some quick turnarounds. We will have Thanksgiving as a team. I'm looking forward to being able to do that and sit down with these guys and their families if they're around as well. And just being able to enjoy the holiday season when we can.
Coach Othier, it's got to be nice to have a good support staff in busy weeks like this one. Let's talk about some of your assistant coaches and your grad assistant as well. Started off with Jarius Halligan. You call him JJ. His second year, he came with you from Augustana. Can you tell me what this guy kind of brings to this program?
Good call on the Jarius. Not everybody gets the Jarius. Everyone always calls it Jarius. JJ's been with me for a long time. I trust him with everything. He's a worker. He's got no ego. He gets things done. He believes in this program and is committed to building this program up. He's just he does a little bit of everything. In all honesty, I mean, there's anything that I need where it's, hey, can you take this off my plate today, and it's done. He does a lot. I have no sense of style. Our guys know that. He does a lot of our gear stuff in terms of trying to figure out what's in and what's not in. He's a shoe head and buying the shoes all the time offline and turning and flipping those shoes or whatever it is. It does a great job of building relationships with our guys and being able to have meaningful conversations and help mentor and guide them as well. It's just been it's a blessing to have him here. His girlfriend Katie as well, who's just a tremendous, say coach's spouse, but right, like a coach's supporter. Which are hard to find, and she's awesome to have here as well.
Coach, when you talk about Urias, I didn't know about the shoe thing. That's pretty cool that he's buying all the kicks for the guys.
It's crazy. Like he knows this stuff offline and knows what websites and when shoes. Like he'll be in the office and he'll say, I don't know, like the Kyrie 14 black and reds just came out or whatever. And I don't even know what these say. Like my color is white and
bro, I'm wearing
that's
dudes.
It's weird, but it's awesome. And so like our guys know it and so, JG, he'll buy shoes, and then he'll turn around and sell them back on. I don't know how they all do this, but I've always had players that have done this in the past. It's this thing that it makes me feel old because I'm just out of touch with it. But it's awesome that he does it. Our guys know it. And we have some shoe heads on our team. I mean, there's lockers at them, and they got 12, 14 pairs of shoes in their locker, and they're all about it. So
that's awesome. Let's keep talking about your staff. Talk about Dylan Gross in his first season. A grad assistant came from SDSU. You told me earlier this season that he is just amazing at personnelling opposing teams.
Yeah, that was one thing, and doing a lot of research and talking with people about him. He did a lot of film work ahead of time for people and got some things done. And so he does a lot of our personnel and kind of assigned it to him early on and let him go. And he was spot on with everything that he had with players' descriptions, what they like, what they don't like, what they can do well, what they don't do well, adjustments that we can make. He's just really, really good at doing that. Another guy who's just a worker, blue-collar guy, no ego, he's like me where he doesn't have a talent of basketball in his body, except for after practice last week or 2 weeks ago, he drained a free throw to prevent our guys from running. And I was surprised by it. I just ended practice right afterwards. I mean,
I'm sure the guys love that too.
It was 100%. I mean, especially they didn't want to run, but I think they were all in amazement and shock too. So just absolutely blessed to have him here. He's been great. He's got a bright future ahead of him. We only have one GA this year because I want to stagger my GAs. I don't want to hire 2 GAs every 2 years. I want to stagger it and have a GA that I can hire every year. It's better from players that could potentially transition into a graduate assistant, other players that you might look at hiring down the line. It's just nice to be able to have that. So we have one, and he's doing double duty. He does a lot of our travel stuff and meals, and he's on top of it. So both guys do a tremendous job. They're huge resources for me and help me try to do the best that we can in terms of building this program and starting to establish our standards.
Another guy that Lancer fans have seen around the Simple Arena for a long time, Pat Frank, 27th year here at Mount Marty. He's went to Mount Marty. He's been here just a long time. Tell me about him.
Pat's everything. Pat's unbelievably awesome. We moved him down to sit on the bench with us during games. And in all honesty, what he actually does a really, really good job of is he kind of keeps me a little bit monotone, like where it just I can go to him and have a conversation with him sometimes and ask him things, and it keeps me a little bit balanced throughout a game of peaks and valleys. I try to joke around with him and have fun with him, but he cares. He wants to do a great job at everything he does. He always wants more responsibility and what can I do more and how am I doing and he's been a dear friend. The whole Frank family has been. They've just been awesome people and really, really blessed to have them. Part of our program, but really having Pat part of our staff. Our guys love him. He'll sit there and come to practice on days where he's not even on campus. He'll just get dropped off and he'll just come and watch practice. And our guys love seeing him and we love having him around.
Talk about your athletic trainers, keeping the guys healthy. Daniel, your head strength and conditioning coach. Shelby, your athletic trainer. Daniel and Shelby, these two, what do they bring?
Yeah, it's been a unique transition a little bit with the athletic training department, and she's got a lot on her plate, and she steps up. She cares about our athletic department. She cares about our student athletes. And sometimes kind of unique times with turnover a little bit, and where we're at as we continue to grow our athletic training staff. She's been tremendous. I worked there at Augustana. I've had a previous history with her. I know her. I know how she operates. I know she puts the care of student athletes first before anything else. I tell her, but she's the one that dictates whether a guy can practice or not. That's not me. That's not my job. I hire people that are smarter and have people that are smarter around me to be able to dictate those decisions. Sometimes a guy might be able to practice through something and be okay, and sometimes it's let's shut you down for a little bit and get this checked out. So unfortunately, we've been keeping her a little bit busy here this fall. I always say the athletic trainers are the best friends you never want to have and spend that much time with, but she's great. Her communication's awesome, and we're lucky to have her. And then Coach Flay, he does a really, really good job strength conditioning with our guys and being able to lift both teams, our varsity team and our development team. And sometimes those schedules aren't always the same. We try to because I like our guys lifting together as a group, but our development team lifts a little bit more throughout the season than our varsity team does. And Coach Flay, he's very, very flexible. That's been one thing that's been very nice. It's just been, hey, can we get in a half hour earlier tomorrow? Can we get in an hour later? We're watching film at this time. We got to push the schedule back. We got this kid with this class or this kid with this meeting. And he's always 100%. I mean, he's extremely flexible, gets in, does the work with our guys, prepares them, and gets them ready throughout the year. And so just two tremendous resources to have, and part of our staff is big time.
Coach Othrier, let's go ahead and turn our attention to Dakota Wesleyan University, your game tomorrow evening. The Mount Marty Lancers enter this game 3-5 overall record. Last game out, a 75-57 loss at Hastings, a long road trip there. Dakota Wesleyan 2-4 overall. Last game out, 78-71 loss to number 16, Carroll, in the small college basketball classic there. A couple of programs meeting in Mount Marty or in Yankton that know each other very well, Coach. Your guys have got to be excited for the in-state rival.
Yeah, I think there's definitely that added part comes to it, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think everyone wants to kind of get that bitter taste of Saturday's game out of their mouth. Our guys aren't very happy with some of the things that we did, and you know that's a positive. They know that we're better than that, especially in the second half. We just had some lapses that we're better than, and they know that. And so it'll be good to kind of that quick turnaround is a little bit of a blessing. Be able to turn around and play right away. We got to stretch in and shot a little bit last night, and going to practice here today and prep for the game tomorrow night. They're good. Dakota Wesleyan's very, very talented. They go out and they beat Jamestown, who's top 5 in the country. It's a huge road win. Those two teams that they played in the small college basketball classic are really, really historically good teams and good teams again this year. They're kind of finding themselves. They're different. They lost a lot of guys from last year, but they have some guys that are really stepping up for them. Dobney's really, really stepped up for him, and Whittler's really, really stepped up for him and making shots. And obviously Colin Oppold's a guy who can go off and get 40 on any given night with just his competitive nature and style of play. So we'll have our hands full, but I think our guys are pretty fired up and ready to go for it.
Well, Coach Othrier, thank you for your time today. I appreciate you coming in on a Monday to talk with me about it.
Thank you. We'll see everybody tomorrow in Simple.
This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT. Let's go ahead and take one more break. When we return, we'll wrap things up on a Monday. I'm Tehl Tanner. It's the Lancer Locker on KYNT.
With grain carts getting bigger and better every year, don't you think it's time to outfit them accordingly? Sherco's 4500 Series HD electric tarp works seamlessly with existing Sherlock tarps. The heavy-duty extruded arms are the strongest on the market and come with a lifetime warranty. Operating is easy and convenient with one of our smart remote options that let you open and close your tarp with the push of a button. Call to order yours today at 1-800-474-8756. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco.
What's special about Slumberland is ours is a free service. They get to come into our store. It helps the customer understand how the space is going to work so that they don't feel nervous about their purchase. If you live locally, you can set up an appointment with one of our sales representatives where we can come into your home and help you understand if you want to go shopping in your own home and bring some different pieces in to help them work with maybe the new piece you're looking for.
Free interior design service at Yankton Slumberland, located at 2401 Broadway Avenue.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, but also we provide moving boxes and an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
It's not too early to start protecting against influenza, and the single most important step is to get your flu shot. Yankton Medical Clinic PC offers the vaccine to all those 6 months and older and is hosting drive-through flu shot clinics with no appointment necessary, Tuesday, October 11th and Wednesday, October 12th from 4 to 6 p.m. Visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com/flu for information and registration forms. Keep yourself and those you love healthy this flu season. Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
And we're back in the Lancer Locker to finish things up here on a Monday. The men's and women's basketball program is going to be taking on Dakota Wesleyan University 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Bryce Ladwig's got the call right here on KYNT. Unfortunately, I will be out of town for this one. I'm going to be calling Cedar Catholic High School football state championship game versus Norfolk Catholic. Going to be down in Memorial Stadium where the Nebraska Cornhuskers play is where they're going to be playing. That's going to be on our sister station, Riverfront Sports 94.3 tomorrow morning, 10:15 a.m. kickoff. Scott Orrick and I have the call of that one. So Bryce is going to take the Tuesday evening basketball matchups. Number 7, Dakota Wesleyan for the women, and the men's team taking on Dakota Wesleyan in the second game. Starting at 6, pregame 5:30. That's going to do it for today. The Lancer Locker on KYNT. I'm Tehl Tanner. We'll see you next time.